has already been making some shifts in structure. We're talking about the coaching staff. And in this weekend, they've actually swapped somebody out. We talked about the mid laner here. They brought up their academy mid laner, Bobchin, who is from the University of British Columbia, previously two-time university champion. And as a player, you're pushing to end the split on a high note and prove your worth investing in for the future. And that's the opportunity that Bobchin has here. So keep in mind, this is still a team of young players that improved from the spring split.
Certainly has looked better. And of course, if they win here, they will completely ruin FlyQuest's potential dreams here. So
yeah, because FlyQuest is at that 9 wins. 10 wins is the magic number that gets you into playoffs right now. If you get dragged down to 9 wins, it means that TSM is tied with you, Echo Fox is tied with you, and you're looking at this position where you aren't safe at all because these teams are going to come crawling up from the bottom. Optic would have to win tomorrow, and then it's also something where they would have 9 wins. So you really do have to win this one, kind of put this game away, take care of business.
All right, so first 6 bans are done. Akali, Talia, Gangplank, Heimerdinger, Kindred, and Aatrox all taken away. And with Nocturne left open with that last ban from Heimer, that is a pretty easy lock in there for contracts.
And we'll see what they go with here. FlyQuest, I would not be surprised with something like a Quinn. I don't think you'd do it right now, though, because the Nocturne is actually really easy to play into the Quinn. Spell shield away the knockback or play mind games there, and she's also incredibly squishy.
Yeah, you think your blind's good? What's this? Pop the Nocturne ulti and jump on the somewhat short-range marksman. Trundle, though, first pick here.
I like how they're still throwing respect bands at the Heimerdinger. And FlyQuest, are we replaying the TSM draft?
I think there was not a Nocturne available, but I think you're right.
I mean, from their side, for sure.
That's true.
Like, still saying these are the 2 best that you can take when pretty much everything else is on the table for support. Just the Tahm Kench to keep Wild Turtle safe.
I mean, as far as total utility on champions, I think Trundle, Tahm Kench have a lot to offer in almost any comp. So FlyQuest keeping things open, but also very versatile here in the early stages of the draft. Ashe, though, picked up quickly for Deftly. And we'll see if they do want to pair up their support now. Of course, Tahm Kench pretty good with and against it. But maybe Matt will take something aggressive here. Pike, not bad.
I mean, if Matt wants to style, Matt wants to style.
Oh, lots of different choices apparently. Rise, though, going to be the lock-in for Bobchin. So
interesting, because Bobchin is actually mostly, I know him as a LeBlanc player or an assassin player, somebody who likes to get in your face, and he's only won, in terms of the second half of Academy, he's only won 2 games. Both of them were on LeBlanc. He's lost on every other champion in the second half of Academy. So we'll be playing Rise here, and it looks like they're going to get some more bans to throw Keen's way, but I would expect, like, the Orianna, the Azir, there's a lot that Keen can play, and he always has so much up his sleeve, too, as this player who has such a large champion pool.
Yeah, Rise also not the most threatening laner, so Kane's probably feeling pretty comfortable with whatever he is offered by Golden Guardians.
And I don't think it's more about the lane, and this just kind of came to me where, you know, what TSM was doing is playing to the side lanes. You have the Ashe to cover vision and kind of see where the enemy jungler is so you know that you're safe. You just kind of, with less vision in the game, with Tracker's Knife being removed, value of Ashe goes up for split pushers because you don't have enough wards with just the dinky little yellow trinket to cover all your options. So having Ashe hawk shots come your way, having the Nocturne to potentially pivot and come to your lane and shadow you so that you can turn a 1v1 into a 2v1, we might be seeing a split push composition here from Golden Guardians.
So 2 support bans there for FlyQuest. So take away Brom and Alistar. Zoe the ban on the Golden Guardian side. So taking away maybe one of the stronger mid laners left away from Keen.
Yeah, that one makes a lot of sense. I forgot that Zoe had actually made it through. And a bit surprised, to be honest, that it did. Okay, just banning out 2 counters to the Rise.
And again, like you said, still like Azir, still Orianna, still plenty of options left for Keen, but just take away the ones that maybe make it tougher, as that's a Rumble locked in.
Yeah, he's played 3 Rumble games this split. He's won 2 of them. I gotta go check his history really quickly, because it feels like he's just, something happened in week 7, where he just started to play Rumble, and Flame is now becoming like a Rumble one-trick almost.
You know what the funniest part about this is, as Mundo's locked in for Golden Guardians? Flame has played in a lot of different leagues, right? He's played in LCK, he's played in LPL. In the LPL, he was a substitute player for LGD. The main top player for that team was Akon, who is an extremely famous Rumble player. And we always joked that, like, okay, maybe Flame's going to take some carries, like, when he does sub in. And then he would sub in, and every game he would play Rumble. It was insane. Like, something like 7 games in a row, it's just playing Rumble. So, certainly practiced on the champion, and seems like he likes it again.
And I remember there was a time where it was like Acorn wasn't even playing Rumble.
Yeah, right? He wasn't playing Rumble. Flame got to play Rumble. It was like
Oh,
not so rude.
Yeah, it was really awkward, actually.
All right, Mundo Rakan and Noah really. And still Azir instead for Kane.
Yep, the Azir makes a lot of sense here. Pobelter played it earlier, and it's actually a decent champion to play into Ryze. And it means late game is pretty good. I would say mid game is probably pretty good for FlyQuest here. Golden Guardians, though, you do have to watch that top lane. The Mundo can get a bit out of control. And I like Matt, even though it's a Rakan by himself with no Xayah, still has really good engage range. So a lot of engage from Golden Guardians here. If they see an opportunity to go and they're ahead, they will go.
And that's, I think, something straightforward, can be very effective. I think the kind of comp you want here, Golden Guardians, don't need to do too much tricky stuff here in the draft to try and take a game. Just, again, pick proactive champions, try and play well on your lanes, and then go from there. For FlyQuest, though, they've shown a lot of strength as a 5-man unit. See how they can navigate it. Pretty cool comp for them here. Don't see too much Azir plus Rumble, but that's what they've got this time.
Yeah, and it's something that, St. Vicious has been very vocal about, his drafts. He cares a lot about them, and the team has been saying he sets them up and he basically wins every draft on stage for him. And they've been very confident in it. And even if you don't, quote-unquote, objectively or subjectively, I guess would be the real term, because you can't objectively win a draft, subjectively win the draft, then that gives you this mental edge where you're like, we have the better composition. If you go into the game believing you have the better composition, you're going to play a little bit harder to those win conditions and not have that little blocker where you're afraid of what's going to happen later.
It seems like overall, FlyQuest players just really trust each other, and the infrastructure and organization that's been put in place for a team that's had as many base races as they have. It takes a lot of coordination as a 5-man unit to get that kind of stuff going. So it might seem silly when they're losing games. It seems so dramatic, but given that everyone pretty much has to be very quickly on the same page for you even get there, I think FlyQuest have shown a lot of really great team play. We'll see what they can get in here against Golden Guardians with their playoff hopes on the line. Only one game they need to win. This should be the one that they look to take. And that's usually when you start losing.
They picked up a lot of fans, too. I got to say, this team was 7th place last split. Didn't have a postseason, so you kind of lose a lot of momentum, right? Fans aren't seeing you for a few months. And then they come back in. They've made changes. Santorin comes in. They have kind of solidified that Keen is going to be the mid laner when he was playing Academy before. And they brought in JJ. And so kind of 3 changes, brought in St. Vicious as well. A lot of people have picked up a lot of momentum in this team in terms of fandom.
All right, well, on that note, we are going to check in with FLY May, who's got a sideline report.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Coach Morissette. Now, both you and Bob Chin came from Academy, and now you're up here in the LCS. So why is he in today, and how did you help him get here?
Yeah, sure. So I just started with the Academy team about a month ago, and Bob is one of the players that I've seen the most potential in. And so I know that he's been ready for this for a long time and that he's really excited for this chance. And yeah, I know he's going to do great.
Perfect. Well, best of luck to you. Back to the casters.
And we do know Bobson's certainly excited to get a chance here on the big stage. But tough opponent here in Keen.
Yep. And he's gone for W level 1, W auto just to kind of trade. So he'll walk up and auto Keen pretty much every time he can. He will lose the wave shove, though, and this will be level 2 for Keen first. So kind of opted into that. Yes, Bobchin was really kind of, he was kind of smurfing in collegiate, to be completely honest. Like, I remember him playing, I think, Katarina and like getting pentakills and stuff. Like, it was kind of unfair. He was too good for collegiate. A 2-time champion there. Actually, something that people don't really know is that UCI, after winning one of those championships, went to the International Collegiate Championship and actually won the, basically, Collegiate Worlds for US. It's the only thing we've won.
Hey, NA's getting really good at winning these other international events I'm starting to hear about. Academy Worlds is looking good. Yeah. You got Collegiate Worlds.
I got to change the last thing I said. It's for North America. Sorry. They're from UBC.
There you go.
Yeah, I can't.
That's true. Do not anger the Canadians.
They won it for Canada.
They may seem polite, but just don't make them angry. All right, Bobson, though, getting harassed by Keen. Under the turret, Conduct's trying to invade. Here's JJ and Wild Turtle. Here's Matt, though, looking for the double knockup. Is going to land it, but that's just trying to save Contract's life. Ooh, that Q.
JJ.
Old slap.
Oh, that was so good. Contracts went for the smite on the Scuttle Crab to save his life. If he didn't do that, I'm pretty sure he would have been tongue to death there.
All right, we only got red buff. Looks like, was that a red to blue invade by... No, okay, Raptors is down. He wasn't that mad. Not that much of a madman. Yeah. Santorin, they're going to take the crab as a result here on the left side.
I mean, Santorin just gets to kind of get everything. He's going to get 3 quadrants of the jungle. It's going to be Santorin hitting level 4.5, and then you're going to have Contracts kind of struggling to get to 3, and then he's going to struggle to get to 4 or 5, which is like the big area for Nocturne where you just want to go, I hate my early game, I'm going to level 6, I want a hard farm, but he doesn't have enough camps to farm.
Well, Bobson about to feel the pressure. Santorin looking for the gank. Here's Keen sliding over. Bobson, though, just going to Time Up Tonic out of there.
Yeah, but good from Santorin to swap sides now and go to this side. He'll get double scuttles and make sure that Contracts... Actually, I don't think Contracts will be able to hit level 3 here. Actually, though, the Krugs are worth a lot. That's something that I always forget about, is that Krugs will actually get you level 3 if you do a full red side clear. You don't need a scuttle for that.
It's going to take them, but of course it does take quite a while. It does hit level 3 though, so correct on your jungle experience number calculations.
Yeah, it's the Rek'Sai route. Where you go red, Raptors into Krugs, and then you can go gank, and you'll be level 3. You don't need a scuttle crab.
Still pressure here in the bot lane. Definitely a Matt doing a good job here with the Ashe and the Rakan. We'll see if they can kind of do much more here. Nice hog shot there. He's going to spot Santorin, who's maybe looking actually to the bot lane.
Just looking to pressure here.
If they can actually find at least a flash. Flash finds Matt. JD's like, maybe he didn't like that option too much.
Yeah, pretty sure they spotted him. We'll see, though. That's the ward. And Matt is just bullying here. Yep. They're going to pull him into they're forcing, like, a freeze here, too. This is just cool.
Maybe even cancels this back. Yeah, Matt going to take a tower hit for it.
Worth. Especially since there's no teleport on Wild Turtle. A lot of the time there's a TP that you'll have on your AD carry. Just like that. And he misses the cannon minion. Unlucky.
Matt didn't. Coin popped out, so he kicks that one off the ground before completing his recall. So definitely straight back to lane. Bam Scepter early. Trying to farm through these early levels. And Santorin maybe checking in mid again. There is a control ward here he can't clear out. So expecting the push here of Keen. Is just going to let that happen.
He's just trying to help him push, and he's actually going to take a decent amount of damage here. Has half HP on the jungler. That's going to allow Contracts a bit of pressure here. He's going to take 2 of his camps and not really have to worry about Santorin, who's 20 CS up right now.
Also Flame looking good. Clear, 20 CS clear of Ruler, almost.
Yeah, when you know that the Nocturne is this little itty baby Nocturne that's not going to hit 6 anytime soon, you get the pressure, you get the push up. So he gets to kind of own the matchup. It's kind of what happened in the Optic game where Acadian was spotted on Vision. They knew that this Gragas was topside. You get to pressure the matchup. So he doesn't have to worry about the Mundo being aggressive on him when he pushes past the halfway point of the lane.
Yeah, he's actually 2 levels down right now. I imagine it will change pretty quickly, but Santorin's going to use this to try and take even more camps out of Contract's jungle.
Oh, no, they're going to cycle his jungle. Oh, boy.
All right, so for those of you at home who maybe don't understand what Zarian said, why is this so bad?
This is bad because if he doesn't get these camps, it just takes him away, and it means that he's kind of flipped the experience. It's 5-3.
Contracts needs one little wolf to try and get something happening. Actually dueling okay with the red smite and some
There's the rumble
ability, but there's an ult is good. First blood over to Santorin. Contracts not catching breaks today.
Don't need anybody to explain why that one was bad. Yeah. So he comes in. I think Santorin's actually going to hit 6 here in a second. Off this, it was almost there. He's very close. So after he completes that, he'll back, and they even took the scuttle on the bottom side, the bottom lane of FlyQuest. So they're actually just destroying Contract.
All right, we're going to watch it again, though. It's time for Ace of Predator replay as Contracts can't do anything here.
Yeah, remember his flash is down from before when he had to flash the wall, and that is a great trophy there from Santorin, and also a really good ultimate from Flame. Flame, that's using your priority in lane. He just comes down from the top side, lays down the carpet, and says, all right, he's going to have to cook here. Has no escape route because the flash being down.
Still level 3. About to change those. Going to get the second red buff respawn.
Is this a, like, 9.5 minute, 10 minute level 6 that might come through here?
Ooh. You can check. Santorin, though, already 6, like you mentioned, so he's having a great time on Trundle. Going to even take his blue buff away as Contracts is relegated to taking the Krug camp on the bot half of the map. And this is, I think, a reason why Trundle is such a popular jungler. When he's good, he's just so reliable, right? Santorin has so much flexibility between farming, ganking, and just applying general pressure.
He also discourages people from selecting a tank in the draft because he can just shred them.
Yep, do this. Pillar, subjugate, lowly flashes, he will walk away. Santorin will be ready for next time.
And Contracts, he's going to use that flash and that gank to go look for jungle scraps. What is there? There's a Gromp.
Might as well take it. Blue buff coming back up, but not going to be up in... Probably not time for him to look to take it here. Also the right side of pressure, because definitely a Matt Astral pushing these minions towards the turret and keeping that nice healthy CS lead.
Yep, and I think these Raptors will get Contracts that level 60 he needs. So he's actually in a pretty good spot with his bottom lane pressuring, being up in CS. And, oh, Matt. Yeah, you cleanse down?
Used his cleanse because thought the chain of corruption would get. Matt gonna knock up. Really nice on a flame. Now forced to flash away. Flame flashes forward, looks for the harpoon, but doesn't land it. Ulti already down as well.
That was a really good escape there from Golden Guardians. Matt commits with his W, then E's out, and they both blow the flash, get further away. That was actually great. That was the, I will stop him, you go on ahead, and then he joins him. It's actually the perfect escape that you would want.
So throwing here already on the blue buff. Golden Guardians happy to escape some of that early pressure. It does give FlyQuest duo lane a reprieve, able to go back and shop. Looks like Cutlass now for Turtle. Is King going to grab this blue?
And the way that Contracts gets back into the game now, since he's hit that level 6, there's no flash on Flame or teleport. He just committed for that bottom lane play. You go and you cover the top side of the map, and you go for a gank on Flame, who's been playing aggressive this entire time against the Mundo. He has the wave clear advantage. He'll perpetually shove that lane, and then that gives you gank opportunities with your Paranoia to get you back in and get the Mundo going as well, because Mundo is actually quite good into this competition, save for the Trundle, because a lot of magic damage will come out, and he has to just build Spirit Visage first, and he's going to be sitting pretty.
Yeah, right now looking pretty tanky for Lolo in the top side, and as you expected, Contracts is hanging back behind the wall, looking for a kind of classic Nocturne through the lane gank.
Yeah, Flame sees this coming, says, I'll just take Krugs. Doesn't have his jungler on the top side. In fact, jungler on the opposite side of the map. And they just saw, with that, I believe they saw the back there from Keen.
I think so. They do see Santorin as well, who's just waiting for the Sky's Bloom to time out. Now Santorin looking to defend his own pink ward. Matt can't really pick this 1v1, but looks like Santorin is going to back off. Matt will get the control ward.
Flame is like, let me get this safe CS in mid lane. He just comes down from the top side. It's like, please, please, I don't want to get ganked. And that's how scared he is, because he committed for that bottom play, but the Nocturne just really punishes blown flashes, whereas the Trundle doesn't really punish like a blown flash on Rakan.
You can see Santorin, they're still hovering towards his bot side, because there are also no flashes on the Golden Guardians duo lane, so yeah. I think it explains why they're playing further back towards their turret now.
Yeah, gotta watch out for Wild Turtle throwing down a Chain of Corruption, though. That's the big thing here, because there's no flashes. It's kind of just throw it out.
Ooh,
walks up.
Counter positioning is nice. Charm is going to land in. Matt actually zips around everyone. Finds 3 in it all. JJ dead before the Grey House can proc. Contract following flashes there as the roam off is going to seal Turtle's death. Bobshin getting his first kill. And now Santorin flashing out of there.
And that was a perfect counter there from the Golden Guardians. The TP from Bobchin, and then Contracts sniffed it out, saw it coming, and had the ultimate ready to counter.
And we thought that that topside pressure was coming. So did Flame and the rest of FlyQuest. The Contract's one step ahead there in bot lane.
Yeah, he stayed up top and said, all right, I guess they're not going to give it to me. And then Flame was avoiding it so well that you can't just stay up there. So it was the perfect move from Contract to alternate and kind of find his jungle route and go to the bot side here. Miss from Wild Turtle on the ultimate onto Deathly. There's the arrow to stop JJ from using the Grey Health while he's tanking. And then that completely stuffs the dive. See, Keen can't even really get a part of it there. And then Santorin even just flashes over too. It's like, yeah. The miss is pretty big there. And then he blows his flash, and Contracts didn't even have the tether broken and had ample time to just flash afterwards.
Drake there will go over. Yeah, better block that Q. Santorin steps in the way, and Tyler Drake does go over to FlyQuest.
As doing your due diligence, make sure nothing can happen. Cover all the options, even if it's a low percentage chance.
That's doing a good job of really testing his opponents this game, though. You can see he and Deathly, despite, again, having no flashes, read that play well, able to defend and let the team swoop in to finish it off.
Yeah.
Still waiting for that first turret take, though, more than anything else. So Golden Guardians actually with a decent gold lead thanks to those kills, but game's still very much close between the two teams.
It looks like a swap coming through here. Even though no turret has been taken for first turret, they're trying to get a pressure advantage from FlyQuest side and just swap it and maybe catch them off guard and get damage on top turret. But this bottom turret is going to have a large minion wave there. Definitely also has teleport. And there he goes. He actually just TP straight there. He doesn't back first.
So the Contract starting as blue buff. FlyQuest have many more people on the top half of the map. But Deathly does actually base and TP here to make sure this tower stays safe. And Lolo now going to transfer it down to that bottom half of the map, back in his 1v1 versus Flame.
It's going to take him a while, though. Had to lug his way over there. And so far, Bobchin, just doing a status kind of update. He's been doing quite well. Nope, he pushed away Santorin early. In terms of keeping his lane safe, he's been good, but the Azir has the Nashor's Tooth. It's a little harder to be aggressive on, and at that point where Ryze has to kind of sit back and wait to scale with all the mana items, but can't wait too long. Here comes the Rift Herald. Definitely has arrow.
Golden Guardian.
Flame is here.
Badly.
Flame is here.
I don't know if they can though. Bobshin is going to ward that out, but Keen's over, looking for the scoop back, does find it to the side, but now King going to get rooted up, and that actually might be a collapse or a kill. There's Contract going to dive in onto the Azir, looks for it, he really wants it, Matt, he's going to try and find it, find the three-man charm in a knock, and that's going to force Keen to flash away. The Equalizer though turns it all the way back around for FlyQuest.
Flame with the Equalizer, aptly named as it turns the whole fight around. That was so well done there. From pretty much everybody, we saw them go in. JJ says, no, you can't kill Keen. Matt says, no, we're going to kill you guys. Groups them all up. As soon as Flame has control, he throws it down. Let's see that one more time here. Keen doesn't quite get the perfect scoop. Pushes Bobchin off to the side, who then speeds away with the combo. And then because he chunked him to half, Contract sees the opportunity, gets close, pulled him into the belly, arrow into Charm again onto Flame. And then as soon as he has control, he just overheats with the Flame Spitter, and he has the ultimate down. That's so much damage to come across.
And FlyQuest get a few kills and equalize the gold right back up. We are dead even.
And none of them go to Flame.
Exchange.
That's one of those ones where you go, man, I did so much work. Where are my kills? Just two assists more for him.
I think he'll take it. Maybe not though. Flame does like to secure those kills.
Really likes to secure those kills. You saw him try to flash the harpoon earlier just to get the slow and make a kill happen. And then he had to play defensive for it. Like, guy is not afraid of making aggressive plays, that is for sure.
Certainly not. FlyQuest, now they're the ones that have to look to contest with his Herald, but Bobshin chasing away Santorin. JJ trying to put some wards up and flank around the side. Maybe a smite fight here.
Or if the back opens up, the back.
Good stopwatch. That goes over. Contract should be able to get it, but I think he'll be forfeit. Devoured up by JJ. That's going to be a kill for the Tom Kench.
Oh, JJ, ulting.
Whistle Void mid. Bobshin trying to get away. Combo again, runs out. Throwing Qs as he retreats back towards the outer turret.
That was so close. That was around 74 HP after they hit the eye the last time. I think the smite from Contract, maybe the auto came through right then. He does pick it up. He does secure it before he dies. But that's still a death there. If they can't convert that into a turret before first turret goes down here, FlyQuest, it looks like they're they're surrounding this top turret. It's the one that they really want to get here.
Pretty low, so not a bad take here for FlyQuest. Smart to stay grouped and try and get the objectives, because despite some kill exchanges here, objectives have still really been up for grabs. It is FlyQuest though that will grab the first objectives. They take down the turret in top.
Yep, get themselves that extra gold. It is split across 3 people, so it's not just one person kind of hoarding it all. And Bobchin is left to pick up this wave, and there's a lot of teleports here for the side of Golden Guardians, those 3, whereas FlyQuest, they're more team fight oriented. They have to have the fight start, kind of avoid fights with the Tom Kench and rotate, and make things happen for them. And I'm looking at contracts. This is one of those games where you go 0-3, you had a really bad start on the Nocturne because the jungle, your momentum is low, and he's going for, I believe, the Black Cleaver here, so it's not even like Duskblade or an aggressive build to kind of pop somebody. But he also can't really pop anybody here because he has to worry about the Tom Kench, who's just going to gobble somebody up, cycle through with Spellbook, maybe you have Heal, maybe you have Exhaust. So it is kind of a, I would say, a big counter with the Tom Kench.
Again, we saw Death's Arrow also miss for the same reason. But Golden Guardian's going to have to look for something here around the next Drake. 30 seconds till the Inferno will spawn. FlyQuest are going to extend that gold lead. They're almost at 2k. Yeah. Contract grabs the red, and both teams set up for the next objective.
Yeah, but Bobchin is top lane. He's got teleport. He's free to push this turret and basically say, I will TP down to this fight if it happens. But I'm pretty sure that Golden Guardians, they play this right. They're pretty much guaranteed a top turret, and they'll have to trade for this bottom one to do so.
FlyQuest playing smart here. Let's put the pressure down, while Turtle should be able to finish this off. Bobchin looks to get this. Should be easy.
Yep. Nobody has TP to match him, though. So Bobchin's actually a ticking time bomb. So, they're actually going to keep pushing. That's how they're going to try to counter Bobchin. Is FlyQuest are saying, base race. You want to have one in 18 minutes? Throw down?
All right, Rift Herald mid, so maybe it could be even more racing happening here. Will be a trade. Bobchin's still going, and looks like FlyQuest fell back to the Infernal Drake. The Golden Guardians will get some turrets here. Infernal goes over. Abyssal Voyage going to move most of FlyQuest towards the middle of the map.
Yep, trying to prevent another charge from getting off. I don't think they'll kill her in time. Nope. Bobchin's doing work on the top side too, and they're clearing the jungle. I don't think this turret goes down, does it? Nope. They weren't able to rotate up there in time. And so that's actually 2 turrets for 2 turrets overall.
Yeah, Guardians don't stick around for a potential fight. They just put Lolo back to now harass the outer turret in bot lane. But given where Golden Guardians were, trading not too bad there.
Yeah, I do feel like that mid turret is so important though. So Golden Guardians will have pretty easy access to that side lane turret. But now they have to watch out in that bottom half of the map, being such a long lane.
Lolo's safe down there.
He is Dr. Mundo, so he'll be very safe.
Yeah, I think especially after the early pressure he did feel in the laning phase. Not particularly afraid of Flame right now. But I think at this point, despite the good Morello purchase, is just looking to aid in team fights more than anything else. Lolo's just like, all right, I'll take the turret if you let me.
Yep, Mundo, a tank that beats you in split push if you are a mage. So just builds full magic resistance, and then you can see the coverage too. Flame is actually playing really well in terms of he's backing up when he doesn't know exactly what's going on. So you see the vision coverage from Golden Guardians on the bottom half of the map there in the enemy jungle. That's what makes him back up. He knows that it's all darkness there. They'll probably play to that side. It's just like when he thought the contracts would gank him because he had no flash. So Flame is playing situationally when it's ambiguous and you don't know what's going on. He's playing actually pretty reserved, and it's working out for him, because otherwise he's going to end up dead.
The thing you said, though, where FlyQuest really do need to play pretty front to back and find team fights to open up this game for themselves. Golden Guardians are going to make that tough here in the mid game between the Mundo, the Nocturne, and the Rise.
Just better frontline for sure. Better frontline, more engaged on the side of Golden Guardians.
But also 1-3-1.
Yeah.
The ability to pull FlyQuest across the map. TP in, that's definitely. Actually has 2 items now, so finishes Hurricane off the Blade of the Ruined King. Should make farming up to item number 3 that much easier.
Yeah, this is kind of that annoying Ashe build where you can slow multiple people, and I actually think it's still in the game where if you have Runaan's Hurricane and you activate your Q, the bolts will acquire different targets. So normally Runaan's can only hit 2, but I'm pretty sure you can hit 5 people at a time as Ashe with Q on and Runaan's.
That one I did not know about.
Yeah, it's because the Q is like so many tiny little bolts,
yeah,
and it just randomly acquires them, so you end up hitting 5 people. You do the same amount of bolts, but you hit 5 people.
Oh, it looks like he tried Realm Warp.
Yeah, he tried to interrupt Realm Warp.
Figured it out. Whenever someone does something silly, check for flash and ultimate cooldowns, people.
Yeah, I love like this little game where it's like, I wasn't looking for a second, and then you try to use the context clues of what happened. You like almost reverse engineer you, detective work.
Yeah. Put your little plaid hat on.
Sherlock pastry.
Gotta compete with Medius and Medius.
That's true. Medius and Medius.
Alright, definitely with the hook shot. Finds 2 channeling in a brush. I'll get back safely though.
Yep, but he still knows that people were backing there, and so it's not as bad of an area, and they get to cover the bottom half. So now, warding for the split push. Name of the game here, Matt's going to put some deeper wards. Keep him safe.
Looks like covering Lolo right now. Botron is still just hanging out in the top lane, being a nuisance here for FlyQuest.
Remember that turret had actually taken about half of its HP too on the tier 2, so... Nope. Didn't quite check the Baron Pit, so it doesn't see that ward.
Yeah, he's a nicely placed controller there for FlyQuest, so Golden Guardians, total map pressure, not feeling as good, but just looking at where people are sitting on the minimap right now, it does feel like, with the game looking even, Golden Guardians are actually the ones with the pressure lead. The turrets have even back up, the kills are pretty close. Yes, 2 Drakes is very nice for FlyQuest. It'll be another one they can play for in a minute 45, but again, we've seen Rise now. It feels like 2 games in a row, just do his thing where he sticks in the side lane and never wants to leave, and it can be very tough to deal with. Yeah, because the other mid laners aren't taking teleport or have the split push to match him or the safety, so it's actually a kind of bleed you out strategy. And if you get a Baron, you get to 1-3-1, and I'm really liking this so far from Golden Guardians. The fact that they're down in objectives, it's not, and even kills, like I don't think, like you said, it's affecting their pressure much. FlyQuest will have some opportunities to exploit it, but if Golden Guardians actually play this right, I think they have way more pressure to actually exert on the map, with the Mundo forcing teleports and the Mundo forcing kind of Flame to want to join team fights, whereas Bobchin will also be able to just play the Rise and
kind of force the hand, and there's not enough vision in the game to cover everything anymore.
Yeah. If, however, a team fight is found for FlyQuest, into items for Azir and Varus, I mean, it should be pretty straightforward.
And I want to touch on that. Like, the way they start team fights is Chain of Corruption, Keen either commits to it, or you maybe have Flame throw down an equalizer, right? So you have three kind of not very reliable tools that have to hit true, whereas Golden Guardians, they have it in spades. They have Roots, they have the ultimate from Nocturne, they have the Ash Arrow, and then they have Matt, who a lot of people, it's so hard to avoid an engage from Rakan. His commitment is pretty low too, because he can get right out, but if Golden Guardians want to engage, they'll engage very, very quickly, whereas FlyQuest, it's not as easy for them.
And we talked about the strength of Tahm Kench being able to save, some of those problems, or a lot of them, but probably not all of them at the same time.
Yeah.
So if Golden Guardians can stagger their crowd control effectively.
You can't fit 4 people in your mouth when they all get charmed.
That is accurate.
Be a chubby bunny skin for Tahm Kench.
All right, Cloudrick up here for FlyQuest. Looks like they will take it. Golden Guardians just happy to continue their total map pressure. Contracts also going to spend some gold by the looks of things. Black Cleaver is likely done. The FlyQuest do get Drake number 3. Golden Guardians are definitely waving the flag on that one.
Yep, surrender that one away for Dax and pressure on the top side. So, find ourselves here 25 minutes in.
I know I said TSM was playing slow last game, but I think maybe it's just Rise's fault, actually.
You think it's Rise's?
Maybe.
Well, he does want to just split push. You kind of see the objectives elsewhere for the pressure here. You see FlyQuest group is 5 because Flame had pushed bottom. Mundo has to answer. FlyQuest now grouped up saying, we're going to call this and say, it's time to go. Look at how much damage they do to this, too.
Yeah, I think a lot of what Golden Guardians are able to do is because of that mid-tower, but now it's gone Santorin under fire. Matt with a big jump line to find the knockout, gets back to contract safely. But Keen actually gets him, somehow snacks him down. Bobchin has TP'd over, but now he's got to play wave clear duty.
I actually have zero clue. I heard the soldier. Oh, is maybe the turret shot?
Maybe.
I don't know. We'll have to see it again. Sherlock Pastry, help me out. That's a turret, though, from FlyQuest.
Good. This turret does fall in mid lane once again. FlyQuest not done. 10 minutes, 10 seconds, excuse me, until Matt is back up. And looks like FlyQuest will finally pull away.
Yeah, Matt went for the hard engage there, went really hard on that engage. And they were ready for it. They kind of said, as soon as he goes, we're just going to turn on him, and he got burst down. And JJ was also very ready to just gobble up whoever's target was, a little bit out of the charm range.
I wonder if JJ had an ignite. I'm like looking down, I'm like, all right, you know what? Let's just look now.
Let's see this here. Santorin gets hit. Oh,
take it all back.
Wait.
Contracts looking for Keen. Here's
JJ.
They're going to try and save him. The ult actually misses Contract, I think. Spell shielded. Wait. They're going to flash forward. Dustbringer able to grab the kill into Azir, but JJ has devoured off one, but Matt's flashing forward. Then Brutic Wild turn of a flame. Turns it back around and takes down Contracts. Matt burning down low is looking to fall next as Bobchin also down to Wild Turtle.
That's so much damage from Flame. He just throws down the equalizer again. These equalizers are just shredding all of Golden Guardians, save for Lorlo.
Golden Guardians try and play that one really quickly to get the jump. They do kill Keen as a result, but now it's definitely on Lorlo versus 4 from Fly and the Baron.
Yeah, just let the Baron do a little bit of damage to him. Lorlo has a full HP.
Is this the Quadra?
Hold on. Wait, that was the ultimate from Santorin, just to heal up and kind of get away, and they aren't even going to contest it.
It's not a Quadra, Irene. It's a Baron for FlyQuest. Keen will not get the buff, but that doesn't matter. No jungler means no contest for Golden Guardians. Let's see. Ulti's off of, I believe, the Hawk shot. Goes in. Gets the fear. Matt wants to go in after. Keen flashes away from JJ. He flashes away from the Tahm Kench. If you're a Tahm Kench player, you hate to see that, but look at that. Oh, and the pillar to boot. That's such a well-placed pillar, too, because it forced Bobchin back around to step back onto the hot lava. And you talk about it, not super reliable CCs between the Trundle Pillar and the Equalizer, but you put them together, feels like a hard CC when you're stuck in there burning away.
Yeah, it's one that you kind of have to subject yourself to. It's like, where do I go? He has to go down.
Back to the fountain, usually.
Yeah, and the fact that Flame is at that point where he didn't even have to buy Spell Pen boots. He wanted the Merc Treads here. Has the Void Staff, has the penetration available to him, and he just does so much damage. Remember, Equalizer was buffed a while ago that if you're standing on it for that long, it is just doing so much there. I think his damage stats are going to be pretty crazy this game.
I remember when I said it felt like Golden Guardians were winning. That one mid avatar really turned this whole game around. It felt like FlyQuest had so much more control. They're now playing much faster around the map, and they've got a very healthy gold lead to boot. So Golden Guardian's going to have to try and defend 2 minutes of Baron Siege.
They weren't able to have the 1-3-1 work on Golden Guardian's side, and then FlyQuest throw down, and that is
Lolo, he flashed to the Jetty Corruption, but it's still found 2 carries. Contract's dead, Matt's dead as well. Inhib's going to fall on bot side. FlyQuest, they can sense those playoffs. This is a game that will push them into the playoffs here. They're going to take down Nexus turret on the right-hand side. 3 up still for Golden Guardians, who are trying to defend, but the push is too strong here for FlyQuest. The Nexus is exposed. They will be making playoffs. Golden Guardians trying to repel them out of their base, but it will not matter. Keen wails on the Nexus, and FlyQuest get to 10 magical wins.
FlyQuest will have a postseason. 10 wins gets them the playoffs, and they look forward to tomorrow where they play Cloud9. And because 100 Thieves and Cloud9 and FlyQuest are all sitting at this 10-win area, getting 11 wins potentially gets you a first-round bye. FlyQuest could still end the split 2nd place.
Yep, it's been an interesting summer, Cyrene. But certainly been a fun one as the teams will shake hands. FlyQuest have done so much hard work to get to this spot.
Interesting summer, still not over yet.
That's true. We got 1 more game and then 5 more tomorrow, and then maybe even some after that.
Yep, the tiebreakers played on Monday.
Potentially.
You see Flame having a ball on that one.
Oh yeah,
all smiles.
Yeah, I mean, we can tell why he's been